Hello everyone and welcome to my class. Today I will be discussing with you the remaining part of the chapter Heat from class 7 General Science. Now in my last class I have discussed with you about heat, temperature and the types of thermometers. Okay, so today we will discuss about the modes of heat transfer and something about expansion. Okay, so let us start. Modes of heat transfer. Now heat can be transferred in three different ways. Okay, namely conduction, convection and radiation. Alright, so these are the three different ways in which heat can be transferred. Alright, now let us try to understand each one separately. Okay, the first of all, conduction. Now what is conduction? Conduction mostly takes place in solids. So it is defined as the mode of heat transfer in which particles pass the heat energy without moving from their positions in solids is called conduction. Okay, now it means that in solids the particles are closely packed, okay, and they hardly have any space to move. Alright, however they can vibrate in their own place. Okay, so when heat energy is applied on them, they start vibrating and they start vibrating very fast. Okay, and in the process they collide with the neighboring particles. Now during this collision the heat is being transferred from the hotter particle to the colder particle. This process takes place rapidly and continuously until the whole of the solid gets heated up. Okay, this is how the process of conduction takes place. Alright, also you must remember that for conduction of heat a solid must be in contact with some source of heat or another object at higher temperature. However, all solids do not transfer heat like the metals. Metals are the most common objects or solids that transfer heat rapidly. Okay, but all solids do not transfer heat like the metals. Some solids they allow heat to transfer very slowly, while others do not allow heat to transfer at all. Okay, so on the basis of this there are three different types of solids categorized. Okay, first one is solids that allow heat to transfer rapidly, quickly, okay, are called good conductors, okay, or just conductors of heat, like the metals, gold, silver, copper, iron. Okay, they are called conductors of it. These solids are called conductors of heat because they allow heat to transfer rapidly, quickly. Okay, whereas the solids which allow heat to transfer slowly, very slowly, they are called poor conductors. Okay, for example water, glass, etc. Alright, while the solids which do not allow heat to transfer at all, they are called non-conductors of heat or insulators. For example paper, wood, etc. So this is some basic things about the conduction of heat. Now let us come to convection. Okay, convection is a mode of heat transfer that mostly takes place in liquids and gases. Okay, so it is defined as the mode of heat transfer in which hotter particles rise up and cause the heat to spread is called convection. Okay, now let us try to understand what it means. Okay, now convection is based on the principle that the hotter particles of liquid and gases moves very fast and they always rise up, allowing the cooler air to come down and take their place. Now this causes motion of the molecules or the particles in a particular direction, okay, which causes the convection of heat. The best example we can take is the land breeze and the sea breeze, which you must have heard or learned about it in your other classes. Okay, what happens in the coastal areas is that during the daytime the land gets heated up very fast, and the air above the land gets heated up very fast, and they rise up, as because hot air always rises up. Okay, so the cooler air from the surface of water quickly comes in to take their place. Okay, so this allows the motion of the molecules, the particles, in a particular direction, okay, which brings the breeze. All right, and this movement of the air is called sea breeze, which takes place during the daytime. On the other hand, at night the land gets cooled very fast as compared to the water. So the air just above the water, the sea level gets heated up and they rise up. Okay, since they are hotter, they rise up, and the air from the land, surface of the land, which is cooler, they quickly rush in to take their place. Okay, so this allows the motion of molecules in a particular direction. Okay, so this brings the breeze into the sea, and this is called land breeze. Okay, so this is a simple and common example of how convection takes place. All right, now let us try to understand what is radiation, the third mode of heat transfer. Radiation is defined as the mode of heat transfer which does not require any medium. Okay, for example, the sun's rays. Okay, how do we get the sun rays? Okay, the sun is situated at a very far distance from the surface of the earth. Okay, and in between the earth and the sun, the air exists up to only a certain limit. Beyond that, there is nothing. It is vacuum. Okay, nothing is there. No air, no medium. Okay, but still we receive the sun's heat. Okay, and how do we receive? We receive it in the form of radiation. Okay, it travels through waves. Okay, so this type of heat transfer is called radiation. Okay, so in other words, we can say that conduction and convection, they require mediums to transfer heat. Okay, say conduction, as we have learned, they need solids. Okay, and convection, liquid and gas. But radiation, they do not need any medium to transfer. So these are the three types of ways or modes by which heat is transferred from one particle to another. Okay, from a hotter object to a cooler or colder object. Clear? Now let us try to understand something about expansion. Okay, what is the connection between heat and expansion? Now we have learned that when particles gets heated, they start vibrating faster. Okay, which allows them to spread out to some extent. Okay, this increases the space between the particles and increases their volume. This is called expansion. So in other words, we can define expansion as the increase in space occupied by a substance or object when it is heated is called expansion. Okay, for example, you all must have seen the railway tracks, right? So if you have seen the railway tracks, you might have seen there are some spaces left between the tracks. Okay, why is it done so? It is because that we have learned metals absorb heat energy. They expand on heating. Okay, so during summer, when the temperature is very high, the railway track, which is made up of a metal, iron, it gets heated up and the particles in it, they start vibrating faster, okay, which allows them to spread out to some extent and which results in increase of its length. Okay, so to fulfill this increase or to have some space for the increased length, the gaps are kept. Okay, if the gaps are not there, then the tracks will bump up and result in accidents. Okay, also you must have seen the electric wires swagging during the summer. Okay, it is because of expansion caused by the heat. Okay, so this is how heat and expansion are related to each other. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this chapter, and I hope that you all have understood the topics given in the chapter, and it will be helpful for you to learn, to understand the chapter better. So from this class, that's all.